The Enuma Elish, the Sumerian epic of creation, the 5th tablet. Marduk made the stations for the great gods. The stars, their images, as the stars of the zodiac, he fixed. He ordained the year in intersections, he divided it. For the 12 months he fixed 3 stars, and after he had lacuna, the days of the year lacuna, images. He founded the station of Nibiru, the planet Jupiter, to determine their bounds, that none might err or go astray. He set the station of Bel and Ea along with him. He opened the great gates on both sides. He made strong the bolt on the left and on the right. In the midst thereof he fixed the zenith. The moon god he caused to shine forth, and the night he entrusted to him. He appointed him, a being of the night, to determine the days. Every month without ceasing, with the crown he covered him, saying, At the beginning of the month, when thou shinest upon the land, thou commandest the horns to determine 6 days, and on the 7th day to divide the crown. On the 14th day thou shalt stand opposite, the half lacuna. When the sun god on the foundation of heaven, lacuna, thee shalt cause to lacuna, and thou shalt make his lacuna. Unto the path of the sun god thou shalt cause to draw nigh, and on the lacuna day thou shalt stand opposite, and the sun god shall lacuna, to traverse her way, lacuna. Thou shalt cause to draw nigh, and thou shalt judge the right, lacuna, to destroy lacuna. Nearly 50 lines here are lost. The gods, his fathers, beheld the net which he had made. They beheld the bow and how its work was accomplished. They praised the work which he had done. Then Anu raised the lacuna in the assembly of the gods. He kissed the bow, saying, It is. And thus he named the names of the bow, saying, Longwood shall be the name, and the second name shall be lacuna, and its third name shall be Bowstar, and in heaven shall it lacuna. He then fixed a station for it, lacuna. Now after the fate of lacuna, he set a throne, lacuna, in heaven. The remainder of this tablet is missing. The 6th tablet. When Marduk heard the word of the gods, his heart prompted him, and he devised a cunning plan. He opened his mouth, and unto Ea he spake. That which he had conceived in his heart he imparted unto him. My blood will I take, and bone will I fashion. I will make man, that man may lacuna. I will create man who shall inhabit the earth, that the service of the gods may be established, that their shrines may be built. But I will alter the ways of the gods, and I will change their paths. Together they shall be oppressed, and unto evil they shall lacuna. And Ea answered him, and spake the word, lacuna, the lacuna, of the gods I have changed, lacuna, and one, lacuna, shall be destroyed, and men will I lacuna, and the gods lacuna, and they. The rest of this text is wanting, with the exception of the last few lines of the tablet, which read as follows. They rejoiced. In Upsu Kenaku they set their dwelling. Of the heroic son, their avenger, they cried, We whom he succoured. They seated themselves, and in the assembly they named him. They cried aloud, they exalted him. The 7th tablet. O Marduk, bestower of planting, founder of sowing, creator of grains and plants, who caused the green herb to spring up. O Marduk, who is revered in the house of counsel, who is abundant in counsel. The gods paid homage, fear took upon them. O Marduk, the mighty one, the light of the Father who begat him, who directeth the decrees of Anu, Bel, and Ea. He was their patron, be ordained their lacuna. He whose provision is abundance, goeth forth lacuna. Marduk is he who created them anew. Should their wants be pure, then they are satisfied. Should he make an incantation, then the gods are appeased. Should they attack him in anger, he withstandeth their onslaught. Let him therefore be exalted, and in the assembly of the gods let him lacuna. None among the gods can rival him. Marduk is Ukina, the life of the host of the gods, who established for the gods the bright heavens. He set them on their way, and adorned their path. Never shall his lacuna deeds be forgotten among men. Marduk, Azag. Thirdly, they named the bringer of purification, the god of the favouring breeze, the Lord of hearing and mercy, the creator of fullness and abundance, the founder of plenteousness, who increaseth all that is small. In sore distress we have felt this favouring breeze. Let them say, let them pay reverence, let them bow in humility before him. Marduk, as Agar Azag, may mankind fourthly magnify. The Lord of the pure incantation, the quickener of the dead, who had mercy upon the captive gods, who removed the yoke from upon the gods his enemies. For their forgiveness did he create mankind, the merciful one, with whom it is to bestow life. May his deeds endure, may they never be forgotten, in the mouth of mankind whom his hands have made. Marduk as Mu Azag, fifthly, his pure incantation, may their mouths proclaim, who through his pure incantation hath destroyed all the evil ones. Marduk, who knoweth the heart of the gods, who seeth through the innermost part, the evildoer he hath not caused to go forth with him, the founder of the assembly of the gods, who, Lacuna, their heart, subduer of the disobedient, Lacuna, director of righteousness, Lacuna, who rebellion and Lacuna. Marduk as ZZ, the Lacuna, who put an end to anger, who Lacuna. Marduk as Sir Kur, thirdly, the destroyer of the foe, who puts their plans into confusion, who destroyed all the wicked, Lacuna, and led them, Lacuna. There is a gap here of 60 lines, but somewhere among the lost lines belong the following fragments. Who, Lacuna, he named the 4 quarters of the world, mankind he created, and upon him understanding, Lacuna, the mighty one, Lacuna, Agil, Lacuna, the creator of the earth, Lacuna, Zulu Mamu, Lacuna, the giver of counsel and whatsoever, Lacuna, Mamu, the creator of Lacuna, Malil, the heavens, who for, Lacuna, Gizkul, let, Lacuna, who brought the gods to naught, Lacuna, the chief of all the lords, Lacuna, supreme is his might, Lugal Durama, the king of the band of the gods, the lord of rulers, who is exalted in royal habitation, who among the gods is gloriously supreme, Adu Nunar, the counsellor of Ea, who created the gods his fathers, unto the path whose majesty no god can ever attain, Lacuna, in Dul Azag made it be known, Lacuna, pure is his dwelling, Lacuna, of those without understanding is Lugal Dul Azaga, Lacuna, supreme is his might, Lacuna, there in the midst of Tiamat, Lacuna, of the battle. Here follows the better preserved ending. The star which shineth in the heavens, may he hold the beginning and the future, may they pay homage to him, saying, he who forced his way through the midst of Tiamat without resting, let his name be Nibiru, the Caesar of the midst. For the stars of heaven he upheld the paths, he shepherded all the gods like sheep, he conquered Tiamat, he troubled and ended her life. In the future of mankind, when the days grow old, may this be heard without ceasing, may it hold sway forever. Since he created the realm of heaven, and fashioned the firm earth, the Lord of the world, the Father Bel, hath called his name. This title, which all the spirits of heaven proclaimed, did Ea hear, and his spirit has rejoiced. And he said, he whose name his fathers have made glorious, shall be even as I, his name shall be Ea. The binding of all my decrees shall he control, all my commands shall he make known. By the name of 50 did the great gods proclaim his 50 names, they made his path preeminent. Epilogue. Let the names of Marduk be held in remembrances, and let the first man proclaim them. Let the wise and the understanding consider them together. Let the father repeat them and teach them to his son. Let them be in the ears of the pastor and of the shepherd. Let the man rejoice in Marduk, the Lord of the gods, that he may cause his land to be fruitful, that he himself may have prosperity. His word standeth fast, his command unaltered. The utterance of his mouth hath no God ever annulled. He gazed in his anger, he turned not his neck. When he is wroth, no God can withstand his indignation. Wide is his heart, broad is his compassion. The sinner and the evildoer in his presence, they received instruction, they spake before him, unto, of Marduk may the gods, may they, his name, they took and. End of the creation epic. There is a second version of the fight with Tiamat. Note, strictly speaking, the text is not a creation legend, although it gives a variant form of the principal incident in the history of the creation according to the Enuma Elish. Here, the fight with the dragon did not precede the creation of the world, but took place after men had been created and cities had been built. The city sighed, men, men uttered lamentation, they, For their lamentation there was none to help. For their grief there was none to take them by the hand. Who was the dragon? Tiamat was the dragon. Bel in heaven hath formed 50 caspu in his length, 1 caspu in his height. 6 cubits is his mouth, 12 cubits is his 12 cubits is the circuit of his ears, For the space of 60 cubits, he a bird. In water 9 cubits deep he draggeth, He raised his tail on high, All the gods of heaven, In the heaven the gods bowed themselves down before the moon god, The border of the moon god's robe they hastily grasped. Who will go and slay the dragon, and deliver the broad land from, and become king over, Go, Tishu, slay the dragon, and deliver the broad land from and become king over Thou hast sent me, O Lord, the raging creatures of the river, but I know not of the dragon. The rest of the obverse and upper parts of the reverse of the tablet are wanting. The reverse. And opened his mouth and spake unto the god, Stir up cloud and storm and tempest. The seal of thy life shalt thou set before thy face. Thou shalt grasp it, and thou shalt slay the dragon. He stirred up cloud, and storm, and tempest. He set the seal of his life before his face. He grasped it, and slew the dragon. For 3 years and 3 months, 1 day and 1 night, the blood of the dragon flowed.